We'd like to welcome you today to the commission meeting of September 20th. We welcome you all here. We'll call this meeting to order. We're going to start this meeting today with the Pledge of Allegiance by Gary Meyer, with an invocation by Commissioner Jenkins, and a thought of the day by Commissioner Frohr.
Please repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our Heavenly Father, as we come before you this day at the beginning of this commission meeting, we give you thanks for this wonderful day, for this wonderful state and county we live in. We're so grateful for the opportunity to be involved with governance and government in this county. We pray that Thou would watch over and bless us as the commissioners of this county, that we will have the desire and ability to bless the lives of the people who live here in this county, to bless their personal freedoms, and keep that in our mind as we go forward, that we serve the people and we serve at their pleasure and for their benefit. We pray that Thy Spirit would attend us this day, that our minds will be open and clear, and that the things that we say and do will be appropriate. We are grateful for all the people who attend this meeting and find it in their hearts to call us and weigh in on their opinions. We appreciate that, and we're grateful to receive that. We pray for these things now, Lord, this day, and give you thanks, and say it in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
All right, Commissioner Frohr.
Well, Mr. Chair, I had to think long and hard about the thought for today, but my thoughts go back to our economy and where we sit with our economy today. And if anybody's paid attention the last few weeks with the stock market and interest rates, we're in uncertain territory right now. I just see this morning we're at another losing day for the stock market, down about 350 points. And last week wasn't a good week. I think we had the largest loss in the stock market since, for several years, if not for a long period of time. So anyway, I thought, I ought to look up my old friend Warren Buffett and see kind of what he would have to say about these times. And, if you look at Warren, you can't doubt the success he's had in investing. He's one person that's done a great job with forecasting what's going to happen and really having a good philosophy on investment. So I just thought I'd give you a couple of quotes from our good friend Warren. And one of the things he says, and coming from a business school, this hurts a little bit, but it's true. The business schools reward difficult, complex behavior more than simple behavior, but simple behavior is more effective. And he says there seems to be some perverse human characteristic that likes to make things difficult. So we see that. Sometimes we take things that should be easy and make them more difficult than it is. So basically, bottom line, he says, if I read between the lines, you don't have to be a genius. It takes patience and due diligence to achieve what you want to do. But let's not panic at what we see happening right now. We've seen times like this before, ups and downs, and we'll get through it. We're all going to come out of this, and will it be different? Probably so, but we're going to make it through, and I think it's a lesson we can learn from our good friend Warren. That's my thought.
That's a great thought. All I know, I agree with you. I look at my 401k.
Right.
It's gone down a little bit the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, more than a little.
Yeah, people, they say, well, only the wealthy need to worry about that, but all of us that have 401ks and our retirements, we're all invested in the market.
Yeah.
And so it truly does affect every single person that has a retirement account.
It does. And there's a few of us getting, the baby boomer generation that becomes a little more important now than it did 20 years ago.
Yeah, that's true. Great thought. Great thought.
Okay.
All right. Well, we will now go to item E on our agenda, which is comments of the public. We have a few public here. If they would like to comment today, we'd love to take the comment from you. We'd hope that your comment is related to items that are on the agenda. So, all right, we have somebody online to do this. Could you introduce yourself and go ahead?
Yes, my name is Gary Haas up in Eden, Utah, and I just had a question on the agenda. Number 8 was a parcel number not listed on the county website. It was parcel number 0600400039. I want to make sure that's correct.
Item number 8?
It's right here on the consent items, F8.
Oh,
Surplus property.
where's Sean? Is he?
Scott can.
Oh, there's Scott. Scott, can
Can
you
address
speak
him.
to that?
I'm gonna check it too.
Good morning, Commissioners. Yes, I can. That item's on the consent agenda, and the tax ID number for that parcel is indeed 60600400039.
Hold that mic a little closer so Mr. Hodge can hear you, will you, Scott? Thank you.
There is-
So maybe turn it up.
Yeah, I show that on the street at 1000 West.
That is correct. That's a parcel that the county owns. It's approximately 220 square feet. The value of that parcel has been determined to be about $102.
And we're
So-
selling it to the person that owns parcel 4338, is it?
The adjacent
4338.
The adjacent landowner is 060040017.
It's an adjoining owner.
It is, yes.
So it is a legal tax ID then?
It's a parcel that has been created somehow,
Right.
Right.
most likely through a tax deed, and a tax ID number was assigned to it, yes.
Yeah, okay.
All right, Mr. Hawes, does that answer your question?
Well, partly, but it does not show on the county website parcel ID number when I plugged it in to come up. So I just want to correct it to make sure that its parcel number is connected to the parcel.
Are you the purchaser of this?
Am I the first to what?
Are you the purchaser of this property?
No, I'm not, but I'm interested in it, and it looks like the county is going to sell it. So basically, I was curious about the parcel number, and it didn't show it on the county website.
Go ahead, Scott.
You're welcome to, anybody's welcome to contact the Community Development Office. My name is Scott Mendoza, and you're very welcome to call me in that office, and I can help you with any questions that you have.
Give him your phone number, would you?
The number is 801-399-8769.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Scott, before you leave, I'm going to take item 8 off that consent list for this week.
That's fine. We'll put it
So
back
you
on.
have a chance to talk to Mr. Hawes.
Okay,
Very
that's
good.
just fine. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
Thanks.
You bet. Others that would like to comment to us today? All right. Seeing nobody else, we'll go next to the consent items, F. So the consent items today are request for approval to ratify warrants as listed below for $2,316,770. Item 2 is request for approval of the warrants listed in the amount of $677,204. So that's for the previous week. Item 3 is request for approval of purchase orders for September 5th through the 16th in the amount of $424,883. Ricky, would you like to summarize those 3?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. We issued 26 purchase orders over the past 2 weeks for $425,000. Just over a third of that amount, $148,000, was for the transfer station for a new skid purchase, as well as some fuel. 17% or $72,000 is for the health department, which was primarily for vaccines, but they did purchase some printers as well. 13% or $55,000 is for the sheriff, which is for software annual maintenance, as well as the purchase of a drone. 10% or $42,000 was for the jail for a security system upgrade. 8% or $33,000 is for IT to purchase software licenses. We had 2 weeks worth of warrants last week, ending September 13th. We issued 230 warrants for $2.3 million. 40% of that amount, or $934,000, was employee and retiree health and dental insurance. 26% or $609,000 was for the transfer station, which was primarily disposal fees, but also some equipment maintenance. And then for this week's check run, we issued 202 warrants for $677,000. 18% or $123,000 was for the roads department to purchase primarily asphalt supplies. 13% or $90,000 were 2 escrow releases, one for Taylor Landing and one for Winston Park. We had 3 items at 7 or 8%, around $50,000. The library purchased books and materials, paid utilities, and conducted building maintenance. The jail, it was primarily for medical care for inmates, as well as some utilities. And IT, it was for software maintenance. And then lastly, at 5% or $34,000, the paramedic fund paid out for training and some equipment.
Very good. Questions, commissioners, for Ricky?
Not for me.
All right, we'll continue on then. Thanks, Ricky. Item 5 is request for approval of the minutes for the meeting held September 6th. Item 6 is a request for approval of business licenses. Item 7 is a request for approval to ratify an amendment to a contract between Weber County and USDA for the Forest Service, approving additional funding for the Forest Service, from the Forest Service, for shifts covered by the Sheriff's Office on federal land inside Weber County for 2022. Well, that's a mouthful, but anyway, item 8, I'm going to have removed from the agenda, if that's all right with you two, for a week.
Yep.
And then item 9 is request for approval of a retirement agreement by and between Weber County and Matthew Thorsted. Questions?
No?
All right, how about a motion?
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion that we include those items listed on our consent agenda. Mr. Chair, excuse me, let me pull that mic down. I'll make a motion that we approve those items listed on the agenda, listed on our agenda item F, 1 through and including 9.
F's in Foxtrot?
Yeah, that's the one. I'll make that motion.
All right, I have a motion.
And I'll second that.
Very good, I have a motion.
I purposely just.
On consent items.
Yeah.
-8. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, they're approved. Very good. Page 2, action items. G1, request for approval of contract by between Weber County and the Music Theater International for licensing rights to the Christmas Carol. Cassie Bybee. How you doing, Cassie?
Good, good. Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning. It's good to have you here today.
Thank you. So this is for the rights for next year's season, Christmas Carol. That will run in November 23rd through November 27th. It's just 5 shows. And this is Madison Square Garden's version of the Christmas Carol. So it's all music. This is a short performance that's about an hour and 30 minutes long. We do a smaller show. During Christmas time, we've done 5 carols. This is our 3rd year with 5 carols for Christmas that will play this year. And so next year in 2023, we're changing that up and we'll do Madison Square Garden's version of the Christmas Carol. So that's the contract through MTI for the rights of the scripts and the performance
Good.
to be held there.
Thank you. Commissioner Harvey, this is your portfolio.
Wonderful programming over at our Historic Periods Egyptian Theater, and I'm just really, really, really proud of Cassie and our group over there. I can support and would recommend this wholeheartedly.
Is that a motion?
If you're ready to accept
Yes.
it, Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion that we unanimously approve this contract between Weber County and Utah Musical Theater
Unanimously.
for the Christmas Carol.
Are you able to second that?
Got to think about that one, but I'm going to second it.
Oh, very
There you
good.
go.
We have a motion and a second to unanimously support this. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Ah, it was unanimous.
There we go.
There you go.
Be.
Item 2 is a request for a contract by between Weber County and Musicland International for a performance right to Music Man, Cassie Bybee. I'm excited about this one, Cassie.
Yes, this will be a fun show. So this is our large show. This is our summer musical, and this will run from July 28th through August 12th. So where the one was just 5 performances, this will be 14 performances. And the thing that's exciting about doing Music Man is we want to involve some of the local high schools, marching bands and things. So it will be fun. We have some fun ideas for Music Man this next summer.
Great.
I'm really excited about this. This is a good show. A lot of people know the music there, and good family entertainment. And the fact that you're involving education in kids again will be a nice recipe to make sure our attendance is healthy.
Yeah, I agree with that.
With that, if you're ready, Mr. Chair, I'd like to make that recommendation that we approve this contract between Weber County and Musicland International for the rights of Music Man for our next show.
Second.
Is that unanimous?
That's unanimous.
Okay. So I have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye?
That was unanimous.
go.
Thanks,
Thank you so
Cassie.
much. It'll be
We
a
appreciate
great
you.
2023 season.
It will. I agree
Secret
with
Garden's
that.
our concert version in early spring is Secret Garden, and then we'll move to Music Man and, of course, finish up with the Christmas Carol next year. So
Well, you got
thank
a lot
so
going
much.
there, don't you?
Yes, we do.
In fact, we told Marty this morning that after this last month, 30 days, and between the fair and your worldwide over here and everything else, you need to take a little time off in October because it's been
I'll hold him to that.
yeah, it's been a monster
It
30,
has.
40 days for you.
Yeah, but it's been very successful. Record
Has.
numbers this year.
Still, though,
Yeah.
monster.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Cassie.
Cassie.
We
Thank
want you
you.
to know how much we appreciate you.
Thank you.
In fact, is there a motion that? No, that's okay. Item 3 on the agenda, approval of a contract by between Weber County and Gary Nelson to secure an ROW easement for Little Weber Cutoff Channel. Gary Myers. So, Gary, is this the end to an issue that's been going on there since before I got here?
You're correct, actually. This
I'm amazed by that.
this transaction began, honestly, before I was even employed here at the county.
No kidding.
But it's kind of been drug on, and to be honest with you, we're just glad to wrap it up and work with Gary and get it finalized. So
Wow.
he's been really good to work with us. This transaction will help us secure the final easement transaction between him, where we're vacating one and purchasing another one from him, so that we can maintain the Little Weber Cutoff Channel.
This is
Great.
amazing.
Yeah.
Boy, I'm glad to have this done.
Yep.
Questions, either of you?
No, I think we've actually talked about this on and off for
Yeah.
the last couple of years, so I'm glad this is
For
finally.
4 years.
Yeah.
We've talked about it on and off.
So I'm glad to
While
see.
we've been here.
And I'm assuming that Mr. Nilsson's happy with this. And
He is happy. He's,
It's about time, right?
to his words exactly. Yes, Commissioner. He's ready to be done with this, so.
Very good. How about a motion? Gage?
Mr. Chair, I'd be happy to make a motion that we approve the contract by and between Weber County and Gary Nilsson to secure the right-of-way easement for the Little Weber Cutoff Channel as presented by Mr. Gary Myers this morning.
I'll second that motion, Mr. Chair.
Great. I have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye?
Aye. Thanks, Gary. This was great.
Thank you.
All right, item 4, approval of contract by between Weber County and Stephen Wayman to widen the road at 2200 North in Plain City.
Yep. Yeah, we've,
Boy, you're knocking them out of the park today.
well, I've got a lot more to do.
I know. Still though.
But yeah, we're happy to present before you this contract with Mr. Wayman. We will have one more that we're still in process with him because we made a decision after the fact to add an extra 6 feet.
Good.
But yeah, Stephen Wayman's purchase for you.
All right.
Mr. Chair, I would, when you're ready,
I'm ready.
I'd make a motion to approve the contract by and between Weber County and Stephen Wayman to widen the road on 2200 North in Plain City as presented today by
I'll
Mr. Gary
second
Myers.
that.
Very good. Have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. That's approved. Item 5 is approval of contract by and between Weber County and Shelley Clark for the same thing, to widen that road in 2200.
Yes, sir. Any explanations you need on this one, we're purchasing from the Clark.
Yeah, these are little strips that we're trying to
Yeah, just
widen that road.
little pieces of property, right?
Yeah, that's
Mr.
correct.
Chair, I'd make a motion, we approve the contract by and between Weber County and Cheryl Lynn Clark to widen the road on 2200 North in Plain City.
Is that Sherilyn or Shellin?
It's Cheryl Lynn.
Oh,
Yeah.
the R got left out of there.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah, that's okay. This is the time to make sure that's right, so thanks, Gabe, for
Cheryl Lynn,
picking that up.
yeah.
Thankfully, the contracts are correct, though.
You bet. All right, have a motion.
Second.
And a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. That's approved.
Thanks, gentlemen.
Very good. Thank you, Gary. We appreciate you. It just shows right here that our engineering department is doing stuff. And that's good. Yeah. Okay, item 6 is a request for approval of the first reading of an ordinance of County Commissioners, Weber County, to amend fees for the Weber County Parks and Recreation. Todd Ferrario. It doesn't look like him.
Do you mind if I fill in for Todd this morning, Commissioners?
Go ahead, Marty. We'd love to have you.
Morning.
Glad to have you.
Todd's at a conference for the Parks and Rec with Jan and his staff, so we're really just looking to increase a few fees in the Parks and Rec department, just based on increasing costs, fuel, equipment, labor, and none of them are super significant, but an example would be, we created the kids zone down at the archery range. We need a rental fee for the bows for the kids to rent, and we're raising our group sites at camping $15, and some overnight camping $5, things like that within the Parks and Rec department. Just looking for approval of those increases.
Doesn't look like any of them are huge. They're all little. Commissioner Harvey, this is your portfolio. Got
They're-
anything you want to say about it?
Well, they're very effective, and they go about it with the numbers so that we're being fair with the public, yet covering the majority of the costs, and they run a great program that I've got a lot of confidence in. And so I'd make a recommendation, Mr. Chair, if you're ready to receive it.
I am ready to
that we,
receive that.
we approve or amend these fees for Parks and Rec.
Very good. I have a motion.
Second.
Well, very good. Motion is second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye?
Aye. It's approved. All right, next item. I assume you're going to do this one too?
Yeah, if that's okay.
I don't see Duncan sitting here. Request for approval of contract by and between Weber County and GSLA Brine Shrimp Co-op for space rental.
Commissioners, the only reason this is on is because this is rental for our new auction arena meeting room, which you're aware of, and we don't currently yet have that on the fee ordinance, and we're ready to rent it, so $300 a day. We'd like to rent that to a GSLA Brine Shrimp Co-op until we can get that ordinance.
Yeah, this is actually way good. It's a nice room and give you a little income off of it, and it's in a unique location.
Yeah.
So you can actually drive right next to it almost and park and walk
Yeah.
right in, and this is great.
Which is why we did that, right, so we could use it more often
Yeah.
than it was being used.
Commissioner Harvey, this is in your portfolio.
They're on their way to collecting more revenue from that building than we have in decades.
Yeah.
Decades.
Great.
Yeah,
I
so
agree with that.
I'd make a
Great
motion that
thing.
we approve that contract between Weber County and the Brine Shrimp Co-op for that space.
Second.
Very good. I have a motion and a second. No other comments.
No,
That's good. All in favor, say aye.
Aye?
Aye.
Aye. Very good.
Thank you.
Duncan, it was, Marty, it was,
Todd, he's got a place to go. Marty, you're going to make your goal there to make sure your next meeting.
That's good. Thanks, Marty. Oh, very good. Well, we have a public hearing on today, so I need a motion to go out of this meeting and go into a public hearing.
So move.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. We're now in a public hearing. Purpose of this public hearing is to consider and take action on a request to vacate a line on the northeast and southeast property line near utility easement of Lot 11 in the Uinta Highlands subdivision. Steve Burton.
Good morning, Commissioners.
That was a mouthful.
So this application was actually before you in February of last year. The applicant, Mr. Scott Waterfall, proposed to vacate a public utility easement along his side and rear property line. We had some communication from Rocky Mountain Power that said that they weren't ready for that to be vacated. I think they didn't have enough information from the owner to have it be vacated. We've since got correspondence from Rocky Mountain Power that says they're comfortable with the vacation and comfortable releasing their interest in that easement. And we've also got confirmation from our other utility providers that have said that they're comfortable with that vacation. State law basically says if you as a legislative body find that good cause exists and that the public interest, I think it actually says neither the public interest nor any person will be materially injured by the vacation, then you can go ahead and vacate by ordinance. So I prepared an ordinance for you. We're recommending that you do vacate this as staff, and your engineering has also approved this vacation. Happy to answer any questions if you have any.
Well, the question I have is, we were involved in a legal dispute with the Waterfalls over all this property. Has that been cleared up, and is that done and gone?
It is.
I can't answer that.
I can, because I've asked about it, but.
Have you?
It's
I can
all-
say, we haven't met on this that I can recall in
It's
some
been
time.
months, if not a year ago now.
And so that's all done.
But this is, that property on this, to be clear, Mr. Chair, because I'm familiar with the area, it's actually a different parcel. So this is the parcel around their personal home.
Right. But isn't the property that we were talking of, isn't that this part up here?
It's this part right here.
Oh?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not even on the right parcel then.
So this is the part here, this is the
Right.
utility easement here. That's it, so a different place.
Okay, good. I'm okay with that then. Commissioner Ford, you got a comment?
Well, I just wanted to, I think we discussed this last February, as you said, and I think we were in favor of it from a county, our engineers, planning has okayed this. We were just we did not pass it because at that point in time, Rocky Mountain Power wasn't in favor of vacating the easement. Was that correct?
That's correct.
Am I remembering that correctly?
Yep.
Okay. And the engineering and planning are still okay with this vacation then?
We are, yeah. We don't know of any really utilities that need to be protected in this area, specifically on this south and northern property line. We see that a lot in subdivisions where developers just kind of think that the county wants these.
Right.
This is a fairly older subdivision, but subdivisions nowadays we understand that we probably don't need them everywhere.
Yeah, you don't need them around the entire perimeter. I agree. So that's I'm through with questions, Mr. Chair.
Very good. Thanks, Steve. We appreciate that. Are there members of, and Commissioner Harvey, you didn't have any more questions, did you? Okay. Are there members of the public that have come to comment on this? We'd love to hear from you. I see none. Anybody on the Zoom? Shelley? Gary Haas, did you wish to comment on this action? Apparently not.
Recording stopped.
Very good. Well, then
Recording in progress.
we will leave public comment. Oh,
He can't hear you unless you're mic'd.
Gary, did you wish to make a comment on this public hearing?
Just for Duncan, not on that particular item, but the one before it where he was going to represent Mr. Farino, were they going to publish the fee increase anywhere?
Ferrario.
It's
He's
Mr.
talking
Ferrario.
about the action item.
Yeah, I know what he's talking
Okay.
about. So Marty walked out of the room. This is your, yeah, this is a first reading, so
Yes, and it will be published on the Parks and Recreation website once the final reading is complete, Mr. Haas.
Okay, thank you very much.
thank you. Very good. So with that, I'm going to move out of public comment, and we're to a point where we're ready to adjourn this public hearing.
Motion to adjourn the public hearing and reconvene a public meeting?
Second.
Got to have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye?
Aye. Okay, our public hearing is been adjourned. We're now in a public meeting. Do either of you wish to take an action on this?
I'll request that we approve ordinance 2022-25. The Board of County Commissioners of Weber County to vacate the north end, rear, and the southeast side public line property utility easement in Lot 11 of the Uinta Highlands subdivision. That's number 6, or EV 2021-07.
Jesus, you can say that fast. What was the EV again?
It's right here.
I know.
EV
You say it.
EV Echo
Say it as fast as you did last time.
Echo Victor 2021-07.
There you go.
I'll second.
Echo Victor.
Victor.
Echo Victor. Very good. We have a motion and a second on that. All in favor, say aye.
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 Oh,
No,
hold on. That's a
roll
roll
call.
call. I'm sorry, Craig. Thank
Roll
you.
call.
Roll call vote for ordinance 2022-25. Commissioner Faur,
Aye.
Commissioner Harvey,
Aye.
Chair Jenkins.
Aye. Very good. That passes. Whoa. So that finishes our business today. Man, I got to leave to go to a conference, and I thought I'd have a hard time getting out of here by noon, and I'll probably get out of here by 11 o'clock the way it's looking.
I think you're going to be on good
So
time.
I'm going to be on good time to
Well,
get there.
that's what happens when you run an efficient meeting, Mr. Chair.
I'm not sure how efficient it
I
was.
think you got a 5-hour drive, though.
Yeah, I do have that. Yeah, well, it's true, we all do, because we're all going to it. So,
Independently, so there won't be any.
yeah, commissioner comments. Do either of you wish to say anything? Now would be the time.
Well, I had a little 45-minute speech I had prepared.
Go ahead,
Doesn't
you've
matter.
got, you got at least 25 minutes to take it up.
No.
Take it till 11.
I'm just teasing you.
Bring us home,
No.
Mr. Harvey.
Well, then with that, with no comment, then I'd make a motion, we adjourn if you're ready for the
Oh.
next one.
Did you want to say anything?
No, he upped me with the adjournment, so I'm going to second it.
Oh, geez, I got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye?
Aye. We are adjourned.